Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. We are going to paint another mirror, and I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. Mr. Facebook is not being super cooperative the last couple of weeks. I've heard a lot of people say they've had some issues, and so I'm hoping that I can get up over here on my page to see you. I can get comments up here. So say hello when you come on. We are going to paint another mirror. I've got a couple more to paint. This was the first one that we did. It's the back of it. These were given to me by a sweet friend. And so I'm just trying to get them painted up for a craft show that I'll have in the fall. And I'm going to try to paint something 3 or 4 times a week now, trying to have it all done by that time. Here's the second one we did. A little leopard print. Everybody loves leopard print. I just see leopard print everywhere I go. So there's a leopard print. Hello, hello. Okay, I can see me. Can you see you? All right, so we did a leopard print. Today I'm going to attempt to do just a simple daisy pattern. I've just kind of got it in my head what I want to do, but we'll see how it turns out. That's the way I've been flowing lately. Just in my head and not with a pattern, and so we'll see how we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, hi Peggy, yay. So we know that we are in business now. And okay, I see Laura and Wanda, yay. Okay, so everyone's on. So let's go ahead and get started. See if I can get this done before Mr. Pam gets home. I'm going to use some of these half circles. So last time I put them in a little baggie with paint and rolled them all around and got paint on them that way. This time I'm just going to put a little bit of paint on them, and there'll be the centers of flowers on the other side. And I'm going to use Sunny Day for those centers. So let me get a little bit of that out on my palette. We'll also be using some on our daisy that we will be painting on the mirror itself. But let's go ahead and get some paint on those. You could paint them white first if you wanted to, but I think these will cover okay for what we are doing. Just want to make sure and get down around those edges. And these sometimes have a little bit of a, seems like they have a little bit of a finish on them. So it usually takes at least 2 coats to get it to really adhere. It's just a little bit of a slick finish. I'm not sure what it is, but I can tell that it's on there. We are cloudy and rainy and a little bit cold. I think it's in the 40s. I really didn't look before I came on, but feels like it's in the 40s anyway out there. But we're supposed to get some pretty nasty storms late into tonight and tomorrow. And they're calling for where it does hit. I haven't heard exactly how far south it's coming, but we're under the watch. And said hail. Some places will get 3 to 5 inches of rain. So they're warning about flooding. And you know, the tornadoes and winds and stuff. I don't want that. Give me the snow anytime. Okay, let's get that dry, and we'll put one more coat on that and let them dry and get started and see what we're gonna do on this mirror. All right, and again, this is Deco Art Sunny Day Yellow. Kind of a pretty daisy color for the centers. Kind of springy, what we're doing. I know it's not spring yet, but I'm ready for it. So if the only way I can get it is by painting some of it, I'm going for it. I've still got lots of snowmen and Santa things I've got to get done too. So a little bit of all the seasons. Make sure I'm getting those bottoms. And I've just got these on a piece of tape turned with the sticky side up and taped the ends down so that they don't go flying off as I'm painting them. And I always take my piece of tape and stick it down on like this fuzzy towel a couple of times and then set it down so that when I go to try to take off the pieces, especially if it's little words and things like that, sometimes they will break because the tape is so sticky. So I'll just do that and get a little bit of the fuzz on it, and that takes away that harsh stickiness that tends to sometimes break your pieces. Okay, so we're just going to let those dry on their own. And again, all right, I'm going to pull you over here. Baby duck yellow. No, I have not. Is it deco art? That sounds pretty. Hi, Laura. Anything baby sounds pretty. Okay, so I debated on whether to do like we did this other one, just a full, we did a sunflower on this one to do a full daisy like that. But I decided to just change it up a little bit. So we're going to go with this chalk and see what I can come up with. I think I'm wanting one that's standing up with some petals coming down. So I want my center to be about right here. I love using chalk. This is purple. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe not. But okay, so I'm just making kind of a half U. Let me see if I have a piece of white chalk that might show up better for you. I thought that was going to show up better. I can see it just fine, but I don't think it's light enough for you. Put an extra cushion under me to make me a little bit taller. I am a whopping 5 foot. So anything that can give me help in my height, I use. All right, let's see how that's. Great thing about chalk, you can just wipe it off. I'm gonna turn it around this way. Okay, that's showing up much better. Let's see how that looks. A little bit. Okay, that looks better. And then we'll do our petals. Do one in the center. One on this side. Make that one a little bigger. And I think I want this one a little bit larger. See how easy that comes off? It just makes it so nice. I got that wet, so let me dry it just a little bit before I try again. Okay, so I think I want only 3, so I'm going to make them all larger, and that's just the beauty of this. You can just put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off to get it like you want it, or you can do a pattern beforehand and trace your pattern on. Whatever works for you. This is just a different way to do it. So I'm going to make this one a lot fatter and just have 3 petals. Okay, but I want this petal to be more in the center. So let's do that. Let's start with, y'all get to see my brain, how it works. How it works or how it doesn't work. I don't know, depending on how you look at it. I can hear y'all laughing. Deco art, and I love it. I'll have to see. I may have to order it because our Hobby Lobby doesn't carry hardly anything anymore. Deco art. Okay, so I'm going to start with the center petal because I want it to get to be pointing pretty close to that center. There we go. Okay, that's more along the lines of what I wanted. And I'm not going to draw the stem, we'll just freehand that. Okay, but before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and shade like we did on the other one in the, I'm going to use Hauser Medium Green. Doesn't take much. I'll get a shader brush over here. Okay, so I'm going to use an angle brush. And I'm going to go ahead and get it, I'll just use another angle brush to get it a little bit moist around those edges that I'm going to be shading. And then I have another angle. It's got a little bit of water on it, not much. And I'm just going to dip in that corner. Now you can blend it on your surface here, but I've got to where a lot of times I just put it on my brush and I just blend it on the piece itself. Look how pretty that is. And just fade it out. Now if it stops fading out, that means you need a little more moisture. And I don't need much, I just want a hint of it around the edges, just so it doesn't look quite so flat. A little more water in my brush. Try not to wipe my chalk lines off. Okay, just getting it wet there. I've got a little bit of color in that water. So I had a little too much water in my brush, but we can always touch it up if it, you don't want a harsh line out here of paint. You just want it right up against the edge that you're working on. And if we go over this petal a little bit, that's fine because we're just going to paint right over it. I had a pattern picked out that I wanted to do with y'all on an online course. And it's out of a book. It's not my pattern, it's out of a book. And it's an older book from the 1980s. The artist has since passed away. So I was trying to find out, the rights say that you can use it to the patterns to paint and sell your painted items. You can trace the pattern. You're not supposed to copy it, but you can trace it. So I was trying to find out about using it as a pattern to teach a class because they're getting super sensitive about that. A lot of them will let you purchase a pattern for each person that's going to be painting in your class, so you can do that. You know, and that way use it for instructional purposes. But this one didn't say anything about that. It did not say that you could use it for that. And so, you know, I want to be so careful. Number one, I want to be respectful to the artist, whether they're still with us or not. But number two, I sure don't want to be sued over something. So anyway, I found out the gentleman that your Hobby Lobby restocked the Deco Art paint when I went Monday. Oh, I hope they are. Maybe they're getting tired of hearing about me complain about it. That they don't have any Deco Art. Anyway, so I found out from someone, a gentleman that purchased all of the rights and the copyrights of this lady's artwork. But they said he's really, really a stickler about letting anybody do anything with it. I'm going, well, what's the purpose of it if you can't enjoy it and use it? But anyway, I've got a message into the company I think is associated with him to see if I can get permission to use it. So I might just have to come up with something on my own. I'm not a designer. Give me a pattern or just, I don't know. I just don't see myself as a designer. I don't even know how to use Procreate still. And I've had it for over a year. Just haven't sat down and made myself do it. But anyway, so that's what I've been waiting on. And if that doesn't come through, then I'm going to have to come up with a different pattern. Okay, so we've got that shaded around. Let that dry. And I'm going to base coat these in, a lot of times I'll do the petals in white and then shade them in gray sky with sometimes a little bit of white mixed in with that. I'm going to try something different. I'm just going to experiment with you while I'm on here. I'm going to base coat them in light buttermilk. And see what it's like, because if I do them in white, then I can't do any highlights in the center of them. If I do them in buttermilk or an antique white or something like that, then I can put some highlights in the center of the petals. And I doubt seriously if we'll get finished with both sides of this today. I'm not a fast painter. But that'll give me something to do on the next live. Okay, so I'm going to start with, we're going to start with the center here. Now, it will be a yellow. It'll be that sunny day yellow, but I want to get a coat of this buttermilk under it so that yellow doesn't struggle so much to show, to get covered. And since we're using the light buttermilk on the petals anyway, thought we would just go ahead while we've got it out and do that. Now, I'll be turning my piece a lot. That's just the way I am. So if you need to take some Dramamine before you watch my lives, there's your recommendation or your suggestion. Okay, so there's our first one. And I did base coat this in Ceramcoat Village Green. I don't even know if they make it anymore. My Hobby Lobby does not carry Ceramcoat anymore. So Village Green, one of my favorite greens. I love it. Okay, and I want to see if anybody, hi Brenda, see if anybody notices anything different before I even started painting anything. What Did anything jump out at you right off the bat? This is a terrible base coat brush, but we're going with it. Now I can paint right over those chalk lines. But if I don't and they're still showing, all I gotta do is wipe them off after the paint dries. Chalk is one of my best friends. And I will be making the middle petal will be in the background. But you could do the reverse and put the two side ones in the background and the middle one in the foreground. Kind of looks like a bunny rabbit right now. Okay, I'm going to dry that just a little bit before I put that second or that middle one in. Only 3 petals right now, yes. Well, I don't guess y'all can even really see anything. Let me see if I can get you down over here. Now I moved you on purpose. My big sunflowers are gone. I put a clean tablecloth on. Clean tablecloth. All right, let me get you back over here. So it just makes you feel all new when you clean the craft room and get everything fresh, nice looking. Now when we shade this, it'll put this petal in the background. Okay, let's get that one dry. I think I'll put one more coat on it before we put the yellow on. And these definitely need, okay, I've been trying to figure out where I've been getting little black specks of something coming out, dropping on my pieces this morning. And I've been trying to figure out where is it coming from. Well, I think it's coming from this dryer. That one just dropped out and I smeared it. You see that little black right there? And I saw it come out of that dryer, so I know that's where it's coming from now. So I'll have to get it out in the garage and take the blower to it and see if that helps. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of water to my brush to help this spread flow a little easier. Now this one's going to be covered up in the yellow, this section. So it doesn't have to cover completely. on this one, but now the petals I do want covered. So probably at least another coat on it, on the petals anyway. Y'all, the weeks are going by so fast. Can't believe it's the last week of January. I got to thinking Christmas was just 4 weeks ago, and it seems like forever ago. Not sure what color yet that I want to shade the petals in. When you do a daisy, what color do you do them in? Sometimes I'll do a little bit of an orange. If they're white, I'll do a gray. Now, I've never done them in this darker color and then put white on top of it. I've always done white and usually do the shading, like I said, in the yellows or grays. Okay, and I'm just re-dipping in my paint. I'm going to dry it again. Hi, Linda. Hello, Miss Mary. Working on another mirror. I've got a couple more over there to paint, but one of them, the handle is a little bit split. So I won't be painting it to sell. I think it would be just fine. But I am not one to sell anything that has any kind of a blemish, especially a structural blemish on it. So I will probably just paint that. Well, I may paint it. I was thinking about, I told y'all I was going to do a snowman the next time I painted one of these. But I think I'm going to do that one as a snowman, the one that's kind of got a little bit of a broken handle, and I want to do it in a different way so that you're not having to hold the handle. So I have an idea in my mind that I'm working on it. So I'll paint it with you if I paint it, but I'm working on the pattern for that. Or the head idea anyway. I'll probably just freehand it, but this light buttermilk looks pretty on the green. Okay, definitely do not need any more on this top part, but I do want to put one more coat on the petals. And if you don't mind sprinkling the video out for me, since I was off for so long over the holidays, Facebook has slowed down my reach as to sending out my videos. And several that haven't been on in a while, then it stops you from getting notifications that I'm going live or even, you know, seeing my page. So us girls need all the help we can get. And if you don't visit the page or watch any of the live videos for a while, if you don't go in and click on it and watch some, then, you know, I'll click on the ones I want to watch to send me all live notifications or all notifications when, you know, the person goes live. But if I don't do that in a while, go in and you know, I'll realize, hey, I'm not seeing so-and-so anymore. What's going on? Well, Facebook drops you off of that notification setting. And so you don't get notified when they go live. And I thought, hey, that should be my doing if I want to drop off from that. So anyway, sometimes you have to go back in and redo it. Okay, I think we're good on that. Let's get some yellow in there. And that'll help us to define where those petals stop. I will be live on the Southern Adornments page on the 15th. I won't tell you what I'm doing, but I'll remind you closer to time to watch that. And Tamara has opened up her cruise, her painting event that's going to be on a cruise. She has opened that up now to the public. It was just open up to her club members, Painters Clubhouse members, until they reached a certain number of sales. Well, now it's open to the public, so any of you can sign up for that, and it's at Southern Adornments. So if you'll just put that in, Tamara Bennett, if you want to find out about the cruise, it is going to be so much fun. So much fun. Look how that's changing it already. Just adding that one color. It's a pretty yellow. Sunny day. We definitely don't have any sunshine today. But they said the weekend should be sunshiny, but we didn't have any. We had a few minutes of sun yesterday before the front came in, but that was the end of it for a couple of days. Okay, dry it. I don't think I need another coat, but I'm going to do one just for good measure. Thank you, Peggy, for sprinkling. I appreciate it so much. And then tonight we have worship services, and I teach the little 2-year-olds. So I got my lesson ready for them. Right now I have all girls. I don't have any little boys in the class. Got one that just turned 2, and then 2 3-year-olds. It's so funny to watch them together. The little 2-year-old tries to do everything the bigger ones are doing. Okay, smooth that out just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to wash that out, and let's do some shading with, we're going to do Apple Barrel Golden Sunset. And it would be the same thing about as Deco Arts Ochre or Deep Ochre. Okay, that's terrible. I was not a very good paint cleaning mama on that one. I'll leave it out just so I can remember to do it. Okay, so let's get a little bit of water, and I'm going to start down here at the bottom. I think I want a little bit wider brush. So I'm dipping just the corner, just the toe of that brush, and okay, so I need a little more water on my brush. These lights really dry your paint out. So I'm just smoothing it out. Okay, look how quickly that defined. So we're going to go all the way around. I could spritz it with a spray bottle also. You can do that, or you can just add water to your brush and work with the water that way. Okay, that had a lot of water in it. Okay, I'm going to dry that just a little bit because I couldn't see where it was going to the lamp. And I got a little bit too much water on it. I don't want it going everywhere. Blend it back down. So it's just a blend process. I'm going to have the color heavier down at the bottom because that would be your shadowed area. Makes me sound like I know what I'm doing anyway, huh? Okay, so I'm going to go down around that bottom again, getting it wet, and then just going to walk it out a little bit. I'm just coming out a little bit further. We're going to have some dots and stuff on it too, so that will help it as well. Okay, so there's the center. Now I need to be thinking, what color do I want to do around these? But before I do that, I want to put some white in the centers of them. So be telling me what color. This is light buttermilk. What color would you, if you were doing shading these, what color would you shade the leaves, the petals in? Okay, hang on, I lost my, there we go. And you keep them on hand, and they're getting more items out this week. Love that they're 40% off. Yes, I've got to get back over there. I went over there a couple of days ago, but they still didn't have any more deco art. In fact, they had filled another shelf with a whole different brand that I'd never even seen. Okay, so I'm just taking this dry makeup brush, no water on it at all, sticking it in that white, really working it in, pressing down hard. But then I have a napkin over here, and I'm going to get most of it off on that napkin. The biggest part of it anyway. And then we're going to go right down the center. Almost to the edges. Okay. A little bit more. Gonna reload. Now when I get through with these, I just dump them in the water, and then when I go to wash my brushes, I really wash these out good with soap and water. Brown or light orange. Orange is what I usually use. Kind of what I was thinking too, Miss Peggy. Okay, a little bit more. Just keep layering it until you get the highlight that you want. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but it just made a whole nother layer and just really brightened it up. But it's not an in-your-face bright. Okay, let's do just a little bit up here. Okay. Done with that one. Okay, let me grab, we could just use the, deep ochre that we just used, not deep ochre, but the golden sunset, with just a little, add a little bit of that buttermilk into it. Let's try that. Okay, so I'm going to add some buttermilk. So it's got a little bit of an orange tint to it. Okay, let's see what we get with that. Let's get a little bit of water on there. Okay, I'm holding my breath. Got paint all over me. Daisies are your favorite, and I haven't painted one. I haven't painted one in a long time either. Hi, Cindy. All right, let's try this. And I will probably tone it down. I don't know. Let's see. Let's keep going. Trust the process. Toning it down just a little with some straight buttermilk, light buttermilk. Okay, I like that better. Okay, let's go over here with this one. Now see how just shading over the top of that instantly puts this one behind. And again, we could have done it just the opposite and put the two big ones behind, the ones on the ends. It's hard to tell where the light's going with this, where the water's going with this light. My chair keeps moving on me. All the way out to the edge. I had a little more water in that one, so it's a little more subtle, and I like that. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I don't wipe that off that I just did when I'm doing this one. I'm going to dry it just a little bit. It's been a busy couple of days around here. With, got to keep our grandson yesterday, little Jack. But my brother is having some issues. He's got a very infected foot. He's a couple of years younger than me. He too is a diabetic, like myself, but he got a really bad infection on his foot, and he hadn't even said anything to me about it. And they admitted him to the hospital today. And we've had, I mean, he has to be so careful. I'm just hoping he doesn't lose the foot. It's that bad. And almost all of the men on my dad's side, his brothers and his dad, and he was close to losing his, but lost one or both of their legs or feet due to diabetes. So I've been trying to stress to him how serious it is, how important it is that he stay on top of it and go to the hospital. Hi, Miss Carol. Okay, so I'm going to go back with a little bit of that straight golden sunset. There's a new net. I gave them another treatment today, so hopefully they will get out of here. Hopefully they will. They said it takes three to 4 weeks, so I'm hoping I get rid of them. They're coming from one little ivy plant that I have. Okay, let's do some little wrinkles here. Adding a little bit of water to my brush. Anytime I do lining work, I add a little bit of water. Okay, so slowly but surely we are getting there. Okay, I'm going to take some of that white, straight white, and just make a little highlight line here. Okay, and I want to do some dots, and I think I'm definitely going to use some orange for that. This is persimmon. And we'll use some white also, and maybe another color or two. So I'm going to take my little daughter, not daughter, daughter, D-O-T-T-E-R. And just start making some little dots here and there. Got some above, some on the line, some below the line. Now let's put some, trying to think if I want any, let's put a little bit of just brown. Let's put some apple barrel nutmeg in there. That'll make the lighter colors pop. It's our daisy. We can do it however we want to, right? Now, do daisies really have all those? No. You could put just white. Now let's put white, and that will bring it to life. In the dot area anyway. If you are local to the area or new to the area, like I said, we have worship on Wednesday nights, Sundays and Wednesdays. Tonight at 7, and that's at the Church of Christ in Hell. Love to have you come worship with us and get to meet you face to face. All right, let's put one a little lower, the white down here. Okay, we'll wipe that off and set it aside. And let's put, I'm going to go a little more on that highlight line. Have to be careful with those dots now. White sometimes after it dries gets a little faded. Let's put some down here. Now see, if I had straight white petals, that wouldn't show up. Okay, let's let that dry just a little bit. And let's go ahead and put a stem down here. And we'll just do it in that Hauser medium green. And let's just start right here at the center. We'll go up a little bit further. Let's make it just a little fatter. And let's make it look like we've got maybe a little bit of grass coming up here. Okay, we'll let that dry just a little bit. And let's do a couple of leaves. Just do a couple of little ones here. And I've left a little bit of ridges in it, and I'll show you here in just a second. Just makes it look a little veiny. Look, it's got some leaf veins. Okay, and let's put some dots. Probably go ahead and put another coat on that, and we'll do some highlighting on that. But let's put some dots down here. Like it's some more flowers. Dry that and we'll do another coat. Okay, I'm going to put another coat on these leaves. Hi, Miss Dixie. Yes, I do, Peggy. But a lot of times I'll have gift certificates to Hobby Lobby from my family. So I like to get it there because I get it cheaper. It used to be the only paint I would even use. I just love the consistency of it until I learned about deco art. And there are some colors I like better in it, but then there are some colors that I like better in the Ceram coat. Ceram coat's a little thicker. Well, I guess it really depends on the color. Some colors are and some aren't. Okay, just cleaning that up a little bit. Okay, let's dry that and then let's shade and highlight. Let's just shade in Evergreen. It's a darker. So we'll shade the bottom of the leaves with that. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And I'll do a second coat on it. Well, wait a minute, I don't want that color there. That's the top of it. I want that on the bottom. Okay, let's do a second coat. Much better. Okay, and then for the highlight, you could go with Hauser Light Green, but I'm going to go even lighter. And I'm going to go with much lighter, actually. I'm going to go with the Citron Green. So almost a yellow. On the tops of the leaves. And I'll do a couple of coats on there. And then we'll put a little vein down the center. Okay, there's what we've got so far. So we'll go in with that evergreen. And just do a couple of faint little vein lines. Now I'm going to mix a little bit of that evergreen and just kind of make some little lines down in this vein. I mean down in the stem. And then we put a little bit of that citrus green in there also to give it some highlight. Okay, so there's our stem. Now for around it, should put some tape down on this so it quit moving around. I've just got a cardboard with some wax paper over it. Okay, so what I want to do, pretty sure, these are going to go on the other side, by the way. I think I want to put one, but I do want to widen this right here. Just looks too skinny. Okay, that helped a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put one here. And what I'm going to put is ladybug. A couple of little ladybugs. And then we can do some vines also. Okay, so I'm just going to make the back of it. So it's just like a half circle, and it's hard because the mirror edge is rounded. We'll make it come down just a little bit off of it. This is Anita's True Red. Okay, so we're going to put one there, going up. Same thing on this side. And I'll clean it up a little bit underneath here with some of that green when we need to. Let's put one here. And that's covering pretty good. I think we'll have to have one down here on the leaves too. Just adds a little bit of interest. Ladybug infestation. Do they still make all the colors of the Saran coat, Peggy? I don't want that upside down. Let me think where I want to place. And I think we'll put a couple more up here. Just to, no, I'm going to do something different there. Just popped in my head. So let's get this Hauser medium and do a couple of vines. Paint's drying out. Told you I'm just kind of guessing as I go what we're going to do with it. And then I'm going to take my daughter. I'm thinking of calling these my Dippin' Dotties. It's a Dippin' Dottie. D-O-T-T-I-E. Dippin' Dottie. And we will put some flowers on there. Let's do them in let's do them in that light buttermilk just so it stays consistent with what we've got on the flower. I think I'm probably going to go in and put a little more white in there, and we'll put some white on these also, but how that changed it. Okay, and I want to wash that out. I'm wiping it off with my cloth pretty quick because I don't want paint to dry up in it. And we'll put yellow centers. We can put some little leaves. Yellow paint's getting dry. I think we've got enough to finish it out. Yep. Yipper dipper. Okay, let's put just some small leaves. Which way I want them to go here. To have a little more of that green paint out. So I'm just pressing, really pressing down and lifting up. And I dipped in the wrong paint. I think it'll be okay. We'll just dip in both paints. Okay, and let's do here. And okay, I'm trying to think where I want these. Let's do it there. And I've got that medium green and that evergreen both on the brush at the same time. And we'll do this one the same way over here. Okay, now our ladybug's first coat has had time to dry. I'll just ran my finger across these two dots, so let me fix those. Let's put another coat right quick on those ladybugs. And they'll be ready to bring them to life. You will find ladybugs a lot when I'm painting florals. I just think they add so much. Just enough there that they add a little bit of whimsy, but they're not overpowering. Okay, let's give those a try. Okay, we are getting so close on this side. Let's go ahead and get some black. Decide which direction I want them all going. Tiny little details, but I just think, okay, just putting the head on that little bitty one there, the bottom, just changes it so much. I'll make this one going up this way. Sorry, I know these are tiny. I hope y'all can see. Then we'll put their little antennas on. Wanda, yes. Hi, Barbara. You like yours? Yay. Okay, Wanda, it'll be probably a couple of weeks. I will be selling them as a set. I have 2 more designs that are coming out, so I'm waiting on those, and I will be selling them as sets. They are in the shop right now with my gentleman that's making them for me. I took him 2 more designs that I wanted, and so I'm waiting on those, and then I will start announcing them. I love them. So far, everybody that's bought them, I did a kind of just a little soft sell on the first few that we made. So far, everybody's been very pleased with them. Okay, there's heads on that one. And make this one come down just a little bit lower. Brush is trying to fray on me. Okay, now these, I need the head on the opposite end here. And I just make the head come up a little bit higher than the body. That one's just about even with it, but it still looks okay. Okay, now I want to do the little antennas. Antenna, however you say it. Don't give me the line. And we'll do some dots here in just a minute on the bodies, and then I'll dot those little ends of those. So cute. I love anything little. Okay, let's do these over here. See if I can do it backwards. That felt comfortable doing it that direction. This direction feels backwards for me. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Okay, so I'm going to grab my dotting tool again. I've also got these that I got at Hobby Lobby. You can use these as well, different sizes. So let's just go ahead and use, for these tiny ones down here, I'm going to use this little bitty small end. And we'll switch to the next size up. Now they look like ladybugs. Forgot to do something I typically do. I usually put a little white highlight at the top of their backs. I didn't do that, but that's all right. But if you paint a ladybug, it does look cute to put a little highlight up at the top. I may can still squeeze one in on a couple of them. Okay, let's give it a little bit of a draw. Thanks, Heather. Thank you, Peggy. I'm glad y'all are liking them. Okay, let's put some little red dots down in these flowers. Just a couple. I think I'm going to put them in place of the orange ones. Don't know why. Just think I like it better. Okay, let's see if I can squeeze a little bit of white highlight on some of these. Get most of it off. I just wanted a little bit, hint of one. You probably can't even see that, but I can, and it does help a lot. They don't look so flat. Okay, let's see if you can see that. Okay, I'm gonna bring you up just a little bit. We'll hold it up that way. Okay, little ladybugs. You can see the white a little bit there. I think I want, let me think about this here. I'm wanting a little more white up here, so let's do just some straight white. Okay, that brightened it up a little bit. Okay, any suggestions? Now to clean these, if you get some that's dried up in there in the layers, you can take a toothbrush and some warm soapy water or hand sanitizer with a toothbrush and just clean it out. Just look which direction the grooves are going and not growing, and you can section them out. Clean them out that way. Thank you, Miss Peggy. Linda, the mirrors were a gift from a friend. I don't know where she got them. She may have cut them. She has a laser cutter. This is the back side. Or front side, I don't know how you look. We did this one. Now these mirrors I bought from Amazon. They're 5-inch. Yeah, they're 5-inch in diameter, and just glued them on. And then we did this one. And then I think out of one, I'm going to do a snowman that's pointing this way, I think. But I've got to get something. I want something to go on the nose here. That would be his nose. So that's kind of what's in my mind for that. We'll see. Not sure yet. Okay, I think I want... Let me think here. I think I want a little more white. In the petals. Just to brighten it up a little bit now that the other's dry. Could even put a little bit trying to lighten it up a little bit. I know I've been a little quiet, haven't I? Just realized I've been a little quiet on this live. Okay, so I'm just putting some highlights here and there. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to call it done on that. I'm sorry. Didn't realize I had it down. I'm sorry. I do that all the time. So sorry. Okay, so here's what we've got. And I just added some white to the petals. And you can see I've just dry brushed all around the green a little bit of white. And put some white dots on the little vines. I may do some little vines around in here. I'm not sure yet. Now on the other side, I'll let that dry good. And on the other side, my plans are to put these little half circles. I can't lay this down because the dots are still wet on the other side. But to put the half circles around here and put some little petals, white petals coming out from there. But we'll have to do that on the next live. I just got a text from hubby that he got off early and he's on his way home. So I need to get him some supper going. There's our little ladybugs. What do you think? Any suggestions? And y'all don't be shy about giving me suggestions. I do still keep Little Jack. We keep him every Tuesday. We go down to Corinth, which is about an hour and a half from us. So we leave out of here around 6 o'clock or a little after, and go down and keep him. And we usually get home. We leave there about, a little bit after 5 and stop and eat somewhere and then get home. So Tuesdays are full and we love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, would y'all add anything else up here? Would that be too much? Does it look all right? My brain is telling me it needs something in here, but that may be too much. Okay, y'all think about it, comment, and let me know. All right, sorry I got off camera for a minute. I gotta go get something done with this hair before church. Leave it, okay, just leave it as is. I could put, one thing I could do, one thing I think I'm gonna do, let me bring it back down. Okay, I'm gonna go into that medium green, and we might make a few little grass marks like they're in the grass. That'll add another little bitty detail. Okay, let me show you. There's with the grass and there's without the grass. We can even add a little bit of that dark. some back behind this one. Okay, I do think I like that. That added a little, just enough. Okay, I definitely like that better. Not much of a detail, but one that makes a difference. A little more dark in that one. Okay, I think I'm happy with that side now. With that side. Okay, ladies. Thank you, Miss Heather. Thank you, thank you. We'll get it sealed good, and I'll let it be drying, and then we'll do the other side. I may finish it just off camera, but show you what I've done. I don't know. I may just save it and do it for the next one. I'm not sure. We got to work on property taxes tomorrow. Everybody loves that, huh? But that's what we're going to work on tomorrow. But if we get done and I have a minute, I may go live with you. We're supposed to have company tomorrow evening, so we will see. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it so much. My mind's kind of been wandering with my brother in the hospital, and been getting texts the whole time I'm on here from my mom wanting to know about him, and does he have this, does he need this? And so when you're a caregiver, you're always on call. So anyway, but thank you. I enjoyed this so much. And just remember, if it's a surface, you can paint on it. Anything. I see things laying around. I think, what could I paint on that? And I don't think there's much of anything you can't paint on. So I hope you find something that you will enjoy painting on, and that's different, that's kind of outside of your box, and enjoy it and just see what you can do with it. All right, ladies, I'm going to let you go. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.